My friends, Gloomwood is the result of a team that loves the Thief games, amps up the spooky factor present in Thief 1, takes survival horror from Resident Evil, influence from the Soulsbourne games, especially Bloodborne, takes the sprawling levels of Thief and mixes it up with interconnected level design present in Resident Evil games, Metroidvanias, and Soulsbourne to a beautiful little package, and I cannot wait to see the final game. Immersive Sims, stealth, survival horror, Metroidvanias, and Soul-like games are my favorite types of games to play, so this one is right up my alley, and my friends, I hope it is for you as well. The only genre missing here that I have at the top of my list is character action games like DMC or Bayonetta, but it seems like New Blood Interactive, the developers, will scratch that itch with Ultra Kill as well. So good on you guys. You pretty much got every genre I love to death. Let's take a look at this demo. Right off the bat, let's talk about difficulty. We have 4 choices here. I picked Full Moon for my run, the second hardest, and it did kick my ass a few times. The easiest difficulty allows you to save anywhere, while the others you could only save at certain spots. These phonographs are the Gloomwood equivalent of the typewriters in Resident Evil or the bonfires in Dark Souls. It's interesting to note on how the difficulty descriptions talks a lot about survival horror as opposed to stealth. Looking at the Steam page, we can see that this game is tagged Stealth, Immersive Sim, Survival Horror, so I am curious to see what they do with the survival horror here. We start off in an elevator with some basic navigation, a little bit of a tutorial. If you've played Thief, you'll feel right at home with everything. It's nice to finally be playing a spiritual successor to Thief as opposed to playing the first 2 over and over, or fan missions, or the dark mod. For the inventory, I really like here how you place it down on the ground to scroll through your inventory. In these kinds of games, it's always great to have fun and chuck items on top of each other. We get a sword for our use, and of course, it wouldn't be a Thief-like game if we couldn't grab cheese. We get to our first phonograph. I like the nice little jingle that you could hear from a short distance. You have a safe spot nearby that you can come to gather your bearings. I've talked in a video in the past about save scumming and how easy it is, especially in these kind of games, to rely on it. So to eliminate that factor, unless you're playing on the easiest difficulty, is a really great design choice, and I appreciate New Blood. Here's our first encounters with the guard. These are not human guards. These are some various creatures who I'm not sure exactly what they are. These creatures have interesting movements. You could see their vision cone. I turned this off eventually. They're still easy enough to see with their glowing eyes. Reminds me a lot of black mages in the Final Fantasy series. That weird breathing, that's them to let you know that they're around. Like Thief, you could hold the attack button with a melee weapon to draw in and strike them down with one blow. Now let's talk about the footsteps and the sound design. A previous video where I covered the Thief sound design and did mention Gloomwood in it, I talked about how bummed I am that so few stealth games have learned from Thief, and as opposed to using audio cues like footsteps, they made use of visuals. Stealth became UI based and visual based and not really any focus on the audio. You couldn't hear enemies' footsteps. You had to go by mini-maps or using the third-person camera to figure it out. Now, don't get me wrong, I still really enjoyed these stealth games. I mean, I wouldn't do videos on Dishonored 2 or Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which I've done on this channel, if I didn't. But it's so nice to see a game take from the school of thought of Thief. By just listening, we could tell where enemies are in relation to us. We've got no objectives, waypoints, mini-maps guiding us where to go. The game gives us enough and respects the player to figure it out on their own. Other developers, special AAA developers, please take note about this. Please, can we get away from that? I do feel the footstep on the default surface lacks a bit of oomph to it, for better lack of a term. Hopefully this does get fixed up. It's not a deal breaker or anything, but it was noticeable. I did boost the sound effects volume in the mix. It did feel a little quiet to begin with. It's not as prominent as the Thief games. Let's talk more about these guards. They communicate in these weird monster-like noises with audio cues, letting you know if they're aware that you're there or if they're suspicious about something. That alien feel and the way they move and the way they sound really drives more the survival horror aspect to the forefront. I'm curious if we're going to hear conversations of these guards together making various noises. Perhaps they're talking about bear pits for all we know.
You wanna come with? Couldn't pay me enough. What? You soft belly.
There's guns in this game. That's interesting. I love the simplicity of it, where the way to check your ammo is to simply hold the reload button and see how many bullets you have in the chamber. There's no indication on your UI how many bullets you have. We come to this house with this weird gate, and there's 2 hexagonal emblems that we need to find to put on them to open it up. How very Resident Evil. I love it. So anyways, we need to navigate into this house here that has a few guards around, and I did struggle a few times with this. One issue is if I'm in combat with an enemy as they spotted me, if I'm holding the attack button down as opposed to doing the charge attack, your character will simply just swipe over and over, which is not what I wanted it to do. Again, probably just a bug or whatever, but it is noticeable. It did get a little annoying after a few deaths here. You can also try and stack the barrels and boxes to get up to the top floor here, although they did see me when that happened when I tried it. Anyways, we get to the top of the house to open these 2 gates. So note telling us there about opening the manor that we need 2 hexagonal emblems. Again, no objective markers, nothing telling us exactly where to go. Thank you, New Blood. Thank you for respecting your players. AAA developers, please learn from this. So let's go to the jailhouse area, and oh, you could climb through vents? Awesome, there's that Deus Ex influence. We pick up the emblem of the rat. Yes, again, it definitely feels a lot of very Resident Evil there. Love it. And we grab this key here. Here's this door. And oh, hey, it's the area right by where we picked up the sword. Awesome. They're going for the whole interconnected level design in the style of Resident Evil or Metroidvanias, Soulsbourne games. Let's head down to the docks. There's some swimming and more vents. And swimming and vents at the same time. Good stuff. There's that immersive sim feel I love. From the notes we find, we learn that the emblem is nearby in the sewer tunnels. Of course, we're going to get the sewer portion of the game out of the way right away. Interesting. We pick up a lantern. Things will get pitch black down here. But of course, using a lantern will make us fully visible. It's a nice little trade-off, and I look forward to seeing later in the game how they make use of it, because it could be an interesting mechanic to be able to see where you need to go, because things get pitch black down here at some points, but also the risk of exposing yourself fully. We hear some gunshots, and what's going on over there? There's one of the guards down, and we hear this very interesting sound. Talk more about the sound design. This game is chef's kiss. We do eventually come across these enemies, and yes, and you can see that Thief 1 creature influence right here. So it is nice to see this game take some influence from Thief 1 on more of the non-guard based levels as far as enemies go. We head down to this tunnel, there's more creatures, and yeah, again, this took me a few tries. It was a combination of stealth and shooting them in the face with a shotgun. We grab the second emblem and take this elevator back up, and we again find that looping level design, again, like the Soulsbourne, Metroidvanias. Beautiful. Now that we've got both emblems, we can enter this house, and oh boy, this looks straight out of Thief. And we hear a voice.
Inside at last, are ya? Welcome.
And that's the end of the demo. I guess I had to end at some point, but man, that was great. Y'all got any more of that Gloomwood? At various points while playing through this demo, I was chuckling several times and said out loud, man, this is a great game. I can't wait to see the entire thing. It wears the influence of Thief on its sleeves, of the immersive sim aspects and the stealth aspects, mixing in the checkpoint system akin to the Resident Evil games or the Soulsbourne games. It goes for a more interconnected level design, as inspired by Metroidvanias, the Resident Evil, Soulsbournes. Ties it all together in this nice little beautiful package, and this is a great vertical slice, and I can't wait to see the full thing. I am curious to see what other items we get to make use of, as Thief got pretty creative with all the rope arrows and water arrows and flash bombs and whatnot, so I am curious to see what more items we get to make use of, to get clever with it, make use of that immersive simming that we all know and love. All these kind of games, these Resident Evils and these Metroidvanias, Thieves, they're amongst my favorite games to play, so to have something that really wears its influence and takes aspects from all of them together, I really can't wait to see the final product. Again, the only real issues I had with this demo include the footsteps sounding a little lacking oomph, especially the default ones, and that could be boosted up a bit. And being in combat, trying to do the charge attack as opposed to my character swiping rapidly. But c'est la vie. I'm sure things will get patched up or fixed up, that's fine. It's been so frustrating over the years, especially on the stealth front, to see time and time again games not taking from the Thief school of thought. Now we have something here that does. Now we have something beyond the Thief fan levels, the dark mods, playing Thief 1, 2, and maybe 3 over and over. So New Blood, I cannot wait to see this game. I cannot wait to see Ultra Kill. I swear to God I will get to Dusk eventually. I am working my way through Metroidvanias right now and some survival horrors, which will be videos hopefully in the near future here. Anyways, I think I'm past my mandated break for punching boulders that I need to return to, but I would love to say I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out Gloomwood. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment how you felt about the demo or what you're looking forward to about it in the future. I have more videos on here on stealth. I have Resident Evil videos on here for survival horror. I have some videos on Immersive Sims. I did pick up Prey recently on sale, so that's probably a future Immersive Sim video at some point. Thief 1 and 2, probably definitely at some point too, but anyways, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Go enjoy Gloomwood. Boulder Punch out.